now. The man in the mask, Christoph Metzelder, suffering from a broken nose. The champions of England against the champions of Germany. Both lying second in their respective leagues. Both can qualify for the second phase tonight. So plenty at stake and plenty to look forward to, David Fairclough.
Almost
to take the throw for Arsenal. Everton. And through the middle is Lars Ricken. Arsenal split asunder again. It's Lars Ricken off the post. 70 seconds play. Goal for Blackburn at Highbury on Saturday. The way in which the much vaunted Arsenal defence was just split open.
Most definitely. Campbell sort of again dragged into the position that he was for that effort by Blackburn, and Sigan really was caught. Then he was too far apart, so there was a big space in between the two.
All unavailable through injury that night. Here is Ricken, and now Rosicky, dangerous player. Oh, and just for a moment I thought Seaman might have lost
Ricken the option. Made a yard for himself, Ricken, Rosicky rather. And I don't think he caught it as well as perhaps Seaman first thought. That's the thing.
Claws for the crossfield ball to Dede. All too easily past Wilton. They've now hit both posts. And still the ball hasn't gone in.
Well, this is the chance. Superb cross by Dede. And he only just has to flick it into towards the corner. He's really gone to be trying to be too clever. He just had to hit the target.
You know what, it could also very Matthias Sammer's comments suggesting that Arsenal were arrogant at Highbury. And he also criticised what he saw as their diving. Not suggesting necessarily that that was. Ljungberg has won Arsenal a free kick in a position of great promise.
Well, I think he made the slightest of contact.
So Dortmund have placed 6 in the wall. Arsenal have added 2. This is Henry, and it's 1-0. And that's what you call playing your get-out-of-jail card. And Sammer down on the Dortmund bench is furious at the award of the free kick. His point has been made again.
Well, there was never any doubt that Thierry Henry was going to have a shot at goal, but it's a fabulous free kick. The big wall as well in front of him. He got the ball over the wall and then it dipped dramatically. Look at the height that it went in as it cleared the wall. Lehmann got nowhere near it. Maybe Arsenal's look has changed well and truly for the better.
Thierry Henry's first goal in exactly 8 hours of play. His second.
His way into the game. Obviously it's a great way of getting back in fitness.
Ljungberg away from Frings. Still Freddie Ljungberg and now Vieira! He's only ever scored 1 European goal for the club. Very close to number 2.
Well, good play by Ljungberg. Cruz past Burns. And then was just aware that Vieira was coming in on the outside. Hard shot to pick out with the outside of the foot. Henry was closing down well.
Now Everton. Chance for the Brazilian! Well, I think David Seaman's been locked frequently enough by Brazilians, don't you?
Trying to be... it's a hard option to take the outside of the right foot. Well won by Frings, you have to say. I mean, some goal had it gone in. Just gets under it a little bit.
Collar. Free kick given. Collar down in a heap. Another opportunity for his team, though.
Well, it's debatable whose foot was highest there. Bit fortunate there to get a foul, I think.
Well, whereas with fast free kicks there's been a committee meeting, this time David Seaman is threatened primarily by Thomas Rosicky. And there's Collar! Oh, it's gone in! The bounce of Rosicki's free kick defeating Seaman. Sorry to have to say it, but it's happened again to the England keeper.
Well, it was always coming, the pressure that Dortmund were putting Arsenal under. It's a good ball in for Rosicky. And really, Collar will be annoyed that I don't think he didn't get a touch on it. But the flight has deceived Seaman. Reacted awfully late.
It's Zola against Chelsea all over again. This time I think there was a touch. It may just have come off Gilberto, but even so, Seaman was so late to react.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he waited a long time before he leapt off the ground. Whether or not he thought Collar might have got a touch and sent it the other way, into the other side of the goal. It's a terrible goal to give away from Arsenal's point of view.
Well, there's such scrutiny on the England number. Evan Nielsen trying to stop the throw. Instead, he's got company from Patrick Vieira. And the corner flag worked in Arsenal's favour. Wiltor, chance to set himself and to shoot, just wide.
It was a good effort. He knew that he was trying to find the far corner of the goal. Just didn't curl it quite enough. Great ball by Vieira, great work by Vieira though to present that opening. That's what we want to see from Patrick Vieira. More driving through that midfield, getting onto the Dortmund back four. It's just not fine enough by Wiltord.
There's Arsenal's goal scorer. Looking forward to half-time, I think. Very deep. It'll be hit by Wiltor! And well hit too. Positive end to a first half that's contained some traumas for Arsenal. Make no mistake about that. There was pace and swerve. Almost deflected off Dede, but it was fairly close to Jens Lehmann. And no great problem for the number 2 German goalkeeper. But 1-1 at half-time. And Lehmann's opposite number, David Seaman, again in the spotlight, beaten by another long-distance free kick. The calendar of discomfort has... Arsenal at this moment on their way into the second group stage of this year's Champions League. But much can change in the next 45 minutes.
Brings the opportunity to come down and close him up, and really Burns was there to have a go at. Only should have been much more penetrative.
Off goes Jan Koller. Out comes Seaman. Decision is given. Penalty kick. A nonplussed goalkeeper.
Well, has Jan Koller ever beaten anybody in a race? That was I mean, really, Koller should never have got on the end of this ball, and he knew exactly what he was going to do. He just had to touch it. I don't think Seaman actually made contact with him. It was a hurdle of more than anything else. And the earth shuddered as he hit the floor. But really, Koller should never have got on the end of this ball.
6'7.5", 15.5 stone, bearing down on David Seaman, who has escaped without a card.
But he even made a yard up on Segan. Koller, you would never expect to beat Segan.
It's to be Thomas Rosicky, the crown prince of Czech football, to put Dortmund in front. Very good penalty. Seaman went the right way, but it crept just inside the post. And for the 4th game in a row, Arsenal find themselves 2-1 down.
Well, they shouldn't be, really. They're 2 poor goals. But it was only a hurdle. And Koller, I mean, Samuel was making much of Arsenal's diving before the game. Then we have seen Dortmund do equally as much. A good one-on-one. I thought Henry was just ideally placed to go past Burns. And it's from that break that Dortmund take the lead.
Vieira. They're made of stern stuff, Arsenal. Surely there's a response of some sort. Wiltor, still half an hour to play. Henry! No power in the header. Last time that Arsenal were defeated 4 times in a row, November 1983.
Well, the ball was so high and he just couldn't get enough on it. And it was a long way out from goal as well.
Here's Lars Ricken. Dortmund have gone out at the first phase, the last 2 occasions they've been in the competition. This is Thomas Rosicky for Dortmund, and that was a block by Cole.
He closed down that space in front of Thomas Rosicky and giving no opportunity no chance of a clear view on goal.
And Ljungberg. Henry! Didn't meet it quite as sweetly as he might have wished.
Well, I think Metzelder had the shout from Dede, but certainly shouldn't have headed it back into that danger zone. And Henry will think that that is a chance gone begging for sure. You'd have expected him to do much better. I think Dede said after Metzelder down, he did shout. A terrible header down.
15 seconds to play. Arsenal trailing 2-1 again. And Lehmann with a very good take.
Well, it was a great delivery in by Edo. It was a fabulous take by the goalkeeper at such a stage of the game.
Referee looks at his watch. It's all over. Lehmann's take was the final act. It's 4 defeats in a row for Arsenal, all by the same scoreline. It's their worst run under Arsene Wenger. Their leanest, in fact, for 19 years, but they still qualify for the second phase with a game to spare. Their failings again evident. They could afford to live off their flying